Standing 6'2".
Welcome, everyone, to the Golden State, Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors as they prepare for an Eastern Conference opponent right here. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan at the table alongside Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge from the sideline.
Nice clean game, huh?
So Indiana wins the tip. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Young and Turner up front. Oladipo is out there with Corey Joseph. And it's Bogdanović in at the 3. Now, here is Young. And Oladipo kicks to Turner. Wide open shot is on the money. Turner's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Pacers.
And what I love about Oladipo, he does such a great job playing within the context of the offense. If you're open, he will find you.
Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And Nate McMillan with a solid track record as head coach in Seattle and Portland before taking over the Indiana Pacers.
Well, think about it. Before this job, 12 seasons, all coaching in the Northwest. And that goes along with 12 seasons as a player, all with the Sonics. He actually earned the nickname Mr. Sonic for almost 2 decades in Seattle.
And so here is Indiana. The Warriors making the shot. It's stolen by Green. The tray. And Nick Young, the bucket on the assist from Cook. Young's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Oladipo. Goes back up. And Turner with the lay-in.
Well, Kevin, you love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
Iguodala kicks to Cook. Jacks up a 3. Warriors the rebound. Turner with the steal. Young right side. Oladipo outside. Over Young. Again, Oladipo missing.
He really made that shot harder than it needed to be, and coach is not happy with that choice.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. What can you say about the playmaking ability of Draymond Green? He has evolved, Doris, into a point forward for one of the most high-powered offenses in NBA history.
Right, Draymond Green makes this system work. He's got tremendous vision. He can handle the basketball, can create for his teammates, and most importantly, he's an unselfish guy who wants his teammates to score.
And the Warriors making a change here. McGee's checked in. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And stolen by Bogdanović. Oladipo against Young. Excellent D here by Iguodala. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. A 15-footer. Good as the jump shot falls. Young's got 5 now.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Well, we know Oladipo is an elite dunker, one of the most creative guys when he's at the rim.
That Unleash Chaos Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Now here's Iguodala. And they pick up 2. Iguodala's got his first bucket of the night.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. He's checked in for the Warriors. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Young. Lance Stevenson comes in for Bogdanović. Robinson's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Booker the pass to Collison. Back to Booker. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stevenson, good. And a nice assist from Booker. Stevenson's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Young against Robinson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Listen, the Warriors are an incredible offensive juggernaut, but the reality is this team has been a championship caliber team because of their defense. The versatility of Draymond Green helps contribute to a team that led the league in opponents' field goal percentage and led the league last season in blocks and steals. Truly incredible on that end.
Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Picked by Pachulia, back to Livingston. And it's sent back by Turner.
I'll tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Booker in the post. He's against Green. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 6 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Green. And that's not going to go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Indiana out in front, up by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game, guys. We have seen the Warriors trail. You look at the influences and former coaches of Steve Kerr, and it's easy to see why Kerr has been a success as a coach.
Well, I think if you look about how this man goes about his business, it's important to recognize he played for Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich, and certainly takes advantage of the wisdom he learned from 2 of the all-time greats. Think back to his college coach, Lute Olson. So much of his offensive approach with the fast pace and the discipline came from Lute. It's so smart to take a little bit from each one of the mentors and the guys you've played for.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Young. Pachulia is out there with rest. And there's Iguodala. And it's Livingston in at the 1 spot.
Pachulia's toughness on display. Skies for the easy finish.
The shot by Turner no good.
Well, the defense harassing him every step of the way makes that a really tough look.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. They get Andre Iguodala.
Well, how about the vertical of Miles Turner? I mean, my goodness gracious, the ferocity with which he attacks the cup.
And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in for Trevor Booker. Bogdanovich comes in for Lance Stevenson. Oladipo, he's checked in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Joseph in for Darren Collison.
Yeah, Kevin, I love the heart and toughness Pachulia plays with. Just keeps going despite getting fouled. Nice.
Caspi, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. The Warriors shooting their first free throw tonight. You look at the height of Sean Livingston, Doris, and how he is able to both score and facilitate for others. He is a coach's dream in that regard.
Well, Sean Livingston is a mismatch nightmare because with his size, he can shoot over most point guards in the post or in the mid-range. But then if you put a bigger player on him, he can create mismatches at other positions. He's a tough guard.
Joseph dishes to Oladipo. And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. Drills the three-pointer. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth.
tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And Oladipo has some parts of his game that needs work, but he is certainly terrific on the big finish.
Yeah, I mean, he's got longer arms than you would think for a player of his size, and the overall physical skill set, there's no doubt about it. You know, you look at his ability to just stay floating in the air for that extra moment when he's in attack mode, and this is a young man that still has his best basketball ahead of him.
Some changes here for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Draymond Green comes in for David West. And Cook subbed in for Nick Young. Green against Bogdanovich. 3 for Caspi. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now, this is why guys love playing with Draymond Green. If you're open, he'll find you, and his feel for the game is amazing.
Oladipo, the pass to Young. Here's Caspi. Cook dishes to Livingston. Out to the right wing. And Caspi kicks to Green. Another 3 for Golden State.
Boy, the confidence of Draymond Green. How about the focus, not getting rattled?
Here's Oladipo, screened by Young. 3-pointer. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Warriors leading by 3. Dishes it to McGee. Back to Livingston. It's stolen by Oladipo. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Here's Cook. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Pacers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Pass to Oladipo. Shot to stop the run. Buries it from 3-point range. Oladipo's got 7 points.
What a difference in the second quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich touched it last.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Right. I mean, that's solid defense. At the very least, you like seeing them muck it up and make things difficult.
The Pacers making a switch here. Booker's checked in. Caspi for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
You know, after not scoring a single point in the first quarter, they're still feeding him, and he's showing his appreciation.
Oladipo, the pass to Young. Booker with the screen for Oladipo. Goes up on the block. McGee with the block. 3 on 3. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Look, Kev, that's pure strength from Draymond Green. When he gets hit, he still finds a way to score it.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And just a shade over 70% from the line a season ago. That's an area I'm sure he wants to improve.
Collison kicks to Stevenson. And he converts the layup. Stevenson's got his second bucket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the 3 ball is good.
How good is Draymond Green as a stretch 4, a power forward who can really knock down perimeter jump shots?
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille.
Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first.
They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times, it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Well, one problem I see is that they're too...
And that will wrap up our halftime report. As it's
The Embarcadero in San Francisco with the Bay Bridge glistening in the background as we welcome you back to the Bay Area and back to Oakland, California. Doris, so much talk about offense. How do you slow some of these guys down defensively? I mean, one way is to draw charges, but in thinking of that, who do you think is the best at doing that these days?
You know, Kevin, it can be a lost art in the game of basketball on any number of levels. You have to be willing to absorb contact, and sometimes from guys much bigger than yourself. So some of the names that come to mind for me, Marcus Smart with the Boston Celtics, Kemba Walker, always the smallest guy on the floor, is never afraid to give up his body. From the big guys, I'd probably say Maurice Spates or DeMarcus Cousins. Both are willing to cede that contact and try to gain an advantage going the other direction.
Yeah, they know they're going to take a hit, and they willingly take the hit for the betterment of the team.
Right.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Young and Turner up front. Corey Joseph is out there with Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 slot.
Boy, searching for some rhythm here at the start of the second half. That's their third straight miss.
Pacers trail by 11. Here's Oladipo. And last season, Victor Oladipo making big advances in his ability to shoot the 3.
Well, I thought Oladipo just played with a confidence that we hadn't seen before when he was taking perimeter shots. He seemed to trust his perimeter game more, and it helps when you have the green light.
And you see Bogdanovich, 6'8" at times, listed at shooting guard. GA, is he a 2?
No. If anything, I think he's often better defending power forwards than he is against the wings, in part because you're not going to look to post that position in the way the game is played today. This guy is skilled and tough, but doesn't have the great foot speed defensively, so I think that's to his advantage to guard those guys.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
Warriors leading by 10. Cook kicks to Young. Pachulia with it, now guarded by Bogdanovich. And it's sent back by Turner. Here's Oladipo. Young with no one around. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, coming out of the break, you want a fast start. They go 1 for 5.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Boy, guys, such a rare combination, right? A great shot blocker who can also make threes. And if you think back to that 2015 draft, 3 kinds of those players entered the league. Karl Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, and this guy, Miles Turner.
And the Warriors with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Caspi comes in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Young. The Pacers also with a sub. Booker's checked in. And you talked, Doris, about a stretch 5. Miles Turner already a knockdown shooter from long range.
Well, it's incredible at his size to be that smooth, that quick, and that high with his release. Your eyes are not lying. That's a 7-footer with a gorgeous shooting stroke. I think if you think about the Pacers in the last decade and the value they have found in the draft, right? Danny Granger gets taken at 17th. Roy Hibbert at 17th. Lance Stevenson actually at 40th. Paul George was 10th. Miles Turner 11th. That's a very good track record.
Pacers trail by 10. Oladipo goes in, and he goes big with the dunk right over David West.
Boy, Oladipo with that burst of speed elevates high off the drive to finish with authority.
And that last replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's West. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the Pacers trading away draft picks in recent seasons for players like Luis Scola and Doris Thaddeus Young. Given their great draft record, does that surprise you?
Well, I think when you consider their keen eye for rookies and the ability to evaluate talent, it makes you wonder why they've boxed themselves in. Certainly you wonder if that had to do with the pressure to contend.
And in terms of just how explosive this Warriors team can be, they can get hot over a course of a few minutes, and Doris just put a team away. The way they can shoot from deep and then play defense is just overwhelming.
How often have we seen, Kev, the game might be a 2 or 3 possession game, and within seconds, all of a sudden, they're up 20. They're incredibly deep shooting. Their ability to play off their own made shots and build momentum can steamroll a team.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Oladipo. 59 seconds left to play in the third. There's the pass to McGee, and stolen by Booker. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Here's Joseph. McGee with the block. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Oladipo. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Oladipo's got 12 points now in the quarter. Timeout called the Warriors. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Draymond Green comes in for David West. Young is subbed in for Cook. Back to Collison. He kicks it to Robinson. Jacks up a 3. Collison, no good. Pass to McGee. Back to Livingston. He dishes it to Casper. Offline with his 3. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Warriors lead by 6. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
We got to dial it in now. We got to get focused, right?
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Draymond Green is out there with Caspi. Then there's Nick Young. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Livingston in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Warriors leading by 6. Feeds it to Pachulia. Back to Livingston. Over in the corner, Green. Down low, here's Pachulia. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Turner. Picked his pocket. Livingston with it to the inside. Young's shot is off. Robinson kicks to Turner. And there's the feed to Collison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Livingston. And the wide open shot from Green. A 3-pointer, no good.
Boy, despite the miss, he did a really good job shaking himself completely free from the defense.
Booker dishes to Stevenson. Booker with it. Now Green defending. Booker the pass to Collison. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Turner, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. And Indiana with a change here too. Bogdanovich is checked in. Warriors leading by 4. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Green inside, defended by Booker. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. JaVale McGee's checked in for Golden State. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Indiana.
You just admire Draymond Green for so many things. This guy is a talkative, passionate guy who certainly fires up the group around him.
Oladipo, good.
Well, you see the excellent skill set, and this is when you want to make an impact.
Don't you love seeing this guy rise to the occasion, going right at the defense and getting it done in the clutch?
Yep, that one goes.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Oladipo getting more confident in these big-time moments, demands the basketball and finds a way to score.
And the shot goes in. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got two teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
Here's Oladipo. Draymond Green pulls it in.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
And McGee kicks to Livingston. To the paint. And it's Iguodala missing. Pacers trail by 5. Outside, Bogdanovich. Iguodala with the steal. Green dishes to Livingston. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Oladipo misses.
And this is really good defensive pressure, whether he gets the block or not.
No, Greg, you're absolutely right. This is strong defense. It's about making the shooter feel uneasy, and that's what he did.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
Now Livingston. Timeout called the Warriors. They're in front by 9. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Draymond Green.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed him down low.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Caspi, he's checked in for Iguodala. And Cook subbed in for Sean Livingston. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Jefferson's checked in for Miles Turner. Cleve comes in for Booker. And Stevenson's checked in for Bogdanovich. Robinson is subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul, 10 seconds.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here is Cook. They get a hand on it.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Got the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Allison.
Good evening, Kevin. Sixers head coach Brett.
Thanks, DA. And Philly loves guys that work hard. A great attitude to build your team around, for sure. Clark, tonight in this matchup, young teams, not a lot of experience. And there are tough things for these young players to pick up as they make their journey, I know, through the NBA.
You're really right on top of it there, Kevin, because young players tend to be more emotional, and that doesn't always serve you well. Being poised and calm and confident is what you see from veteran players. Understanding game situations and having the presence of mind to be aware in all situations is part of what sometimes isn't prevalent with young players.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. We've got Parker, John Henson out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Terry in at the one spot. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
Now here's Terry. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Terry. Saric against Antetokounmpo. Outside Terry. And Embiid pulls it down. Here's Philadelphia. 76ers moving the ball around. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Jason Terry. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. You know, he came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
Feeds to Covington. One-on-one fast break. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Covington is just so quick. leaving the defense well behind him, actually in the dust as he gets down the court.
And John Henson with the slam.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
Simmons passes to Covington. And it's off from three-point range.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
A wide open look here for Terry. No good on the three. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside, Simmons to the middle. Here's Covington. Back to Simmons. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Bucket is good. Embiid's got 6.
Excellent awareness from Embiid, sensing an opportunity to shoot and taking advantage of it.
On the wing, Jason Terry. Guarded by Simmons. Kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. Rebound by the 76ers.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. And the previous Sixers front office, distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and, acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way.
Tyler Zeller's checked in for Milwaukee. Jennings comes in for Jason Terry. High post, Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
It's good.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 12 points for Joel Embiid.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Zeller kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Tell you, that's why Antetokounmpo is so feared league wide. I mean, when he's close to the rim, he's most likely going to flush it on you.
Here's Bledsoe. Great D that time from Redick.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll return shortly. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils.
I think I'll forever be associated.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Philadelphia.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Parker out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's John Henson, and there's Terry, and it's Bledsoe in at the two-guard spot. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for the Bucks. The 76ers leading by 6.
And through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
Antetokounmpo against Saric. And it's Parker in the corner. To the paint. Henson dishes to Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo's got his third basket of the night.
And I think down low is where Antetokounmpo is really so effective, using those long arms of his to get shots off over the defense, really at will.
Bledsoe passes to Henson. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And it's 6 points for Henson.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer, but they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. And it's blocked.
Boy, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
Embiid the screen. Covington dishes to Redick. Stolen by Bledsoe. And now it's Jennings running. He can go all the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Timeout called the Bucks. And Clark, a lot of former players had a specific instance when they knew they were special, the way they played the game of basketball. Did you ever have a moment like that where you realized that you could make it as a player?
Yeah, there was a time when that became more realistic to me, Kevin. And I grew up in Cleveland, and during the summers, a lot of the Cleveland Cavaliers would stay in the area and play pickup basketball to stay in shape. And I got a chance to bump heads with a lot of those guys, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow, Austin Carr, Bingo Smith, Mike Mitchell. And I was only 15, 16 years old. And while those guys were going at half speed, it gave me the encouragement that I might be able to get to where they were if I continued to work hard and stay healthy. So at 15 or 16, during one of those summers, I began to realize that I might have a chance to realize the dream of being an NBA.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Terry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bucks.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Covington wide open. He fires. Again, Philadelphia.
How about the alertness of Covington? I mean, sensing the separation from the defense and then cashing in on that space that was created.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
From outside the arc, the basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 5 here tonight.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Simmons against Terry. Some solid defense from Saric.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And Embiid has a really high basketball IQ, superb at recognizing when to leap for the alley-oop jam.
Terry against Simmons. Right side, Terry. And it's Terry again missing. Gets it off. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Joel Embiid having an outstanding game. He ended up with 17 points and 1 rebound. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense.
And that is just about...
Welcome back, folks. A glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. Philadelphia leading by 3. And Clark is a Midwest guy. You grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player, you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they helped that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucks' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucks teams in the early, mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Charge is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Simmons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And so the ball out of bounds. Henson touched it last. And Terry over to help. Here's Simmons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Simmons got the opening bucket to start the second half for Philadelphia. Terry kicks to Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Embiid.
And Embiid is a determined defender. I mean, swatting away shots. He's got excellent reach and timing. Makes him a good shot blocker.
Simmons against Terry. Stolen by Bledsoe. Parker passes to Antetokounmpo. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
And Terry over to help. Stolen by Henson. Fast break, Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line. And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, it reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
There's the dish to Henson. They set the screen. Inside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And really, Antetokounmpo never stops attacking. I mean, he's always in attack mode. He really forces the defense's hand. He keeps pressure on him at all times.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Jason Terry. 1:53 left in the third. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Man, I tell you what, I love how Embiid doesn't shy away from contact. He's skilled at finding ways to get to that foul line.
And guys, the big fellas don't always capture the fans' imagination. But Clark, having that charisma makes a difference, and Joel Embiid has plenty of that.
Yes, he does. Charming and funny. I mean, from his love of Shirley Temple to his aspiration of learning to be a point guard, you never know quite what's going to come out of Joel's mouth. And he's enjoying social media, too. You got to be careful there, though.
You're right. A different look for Milwaukee. Zeller comes in for John Henson, and it's Muhammad in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Outside Jennings, over to the wing. Muhammad dishes to Zeller. Bucks passing it around. Bledsoe kicks to Zeller. Shot clock at 5. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Tips it. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
And, Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. Opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. Covington kicks to Simmons. Muhammad with the steal. Saric up top. Muhammad covering. The 76ers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
He misses the free throw.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. John Henson's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Antetokounmpo comes in for Muhammad. And it's Terry in for Brandon Jennings. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. And now, though, I think they found their treasure trove.
Well, I love watching Simmons run the floor. So effortless and efficient in his movement.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. Surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
No good from Simmons. Bucks trail by 5. Inside, and they're moving it up. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game. It's stolen by Saric.
That's just sloppy. You can't lose control of the ball like that and let it get back across midcourt.
And they know that. Maybe it's a mistake that'll sharpen their focus a little bit going forward.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Philadelphia ahead, ending the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Bucks trail by 7. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for the Bucks, Terry is out there at Bledsoe. Then it's Jabari Parker. Then it's John Henson, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 4. Henson's shot is off. The 76ers shooting a superb 63% from the field. Simmons dishes to Saric. Back to Simmons. The 9-footer's on the mark. Simmons got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the 76ers. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Here's Henson, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Elbow shot is on the way, and again it's Ben Simmons. Simmons got the lead up to 9 now for the 76ers.
I like the variety pack offense that Simmons gives you. A little bit of everything. I mean, and that's huge for his team. When you're guarding him, it's almost pick your poison.
Outside for Redick. Embiid inside, defended by Henson. Right block shot, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Embiid's got 23.
And Embiid is H-E efficient. That's super efficient, folks. When he gets cooking, the defense knows they're in for a long night.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
And the foul on Jason Terry. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
And the Bucks making a change here. Zeller's checked in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Parker kicks to Zeller. Right through the D for the layup. And now it's only a 5-point 76ers lead.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, what can they do? I mean, nobody can miss a shot. I mean, these guys are bringing it on offense right now.
Redick against Bledsoe. And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
And, you know, at almost 7 feet tall, Antetokounmpo is dangerous down inside, really. I mean, the defense has to be physical with him if they want to have a chance at preventing him from scoring in the paint.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. Embiid kicks to Saric. Over onto the Kumbo, and it's Saric. That time on the assist by Embiid. Embiid's got 3 assists now in this one. Zeller, a screen on Redick. And again, the Bucks miss.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Pass to Zeller. Banked in off the glass. Zeller's got 4 points in the quarter.
Like that execution, Kevin. A successful possession leading to a high percentage basket.
Here's Embiid, and again, it's Philadelphia.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the 76ers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Joel Embiid.
And, you know, he was really important today. Integral. Taking and making shots time and time again.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
And Antetokounmpo just, I mean, showing you once again what an all-around superb talent he is. I mean, he really moves that ball on offense.
Outside, Redick. And the 3 off target. Now the Bucks moving it up. Bledsoe's running. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
Yeah, making his teammates better through his passing. Greg, you know about that because you did it. Great job sharing the ball.
Well, I appreciate it, partner. Always important to have somebody keep rhythm in the game. Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
So the 76ers win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans